That's right, fresh baked. It's a rope drop morning here on Main Street, Disneyland. I do love a good rope drop. And normally, when I do a rope drop, it's because I've got rides in mind. I'm gonna do a challenge today. I feel like doing a challenge this morning. Last time we were here at a rope drop, we did a rope drop strategy. And that strategy was hitting a bunch of lightning lane attractions first thing in the morning, starting this Space Mountain, Tomorrowland. A lot of folks are saying no, but what about Fantasyland? So this morning, we're gonna do a Fantasyland challenge. We're gonna try to hit every single Fantasyland attraction, see how quickly we can do that. I'm giving myself 2 hours, basically. I feel like 2 hours should be enough time. Now, if you're doing Fantasyland rope drop, obviously you're shooting for Peter Pan. Your choices are right here at the hub, and right here at the, between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland right over here. This is the direction I'm heading. I choose not to go for that direction, even though it seems like it's a straighter route. It's more circuitous, and you run the risk of, getting clogged up quickly. So here we have a good chance at getting at the front of the rope and just hustling it straight into the castle. It's currently 7:35. They don't open the gates typically. Good morning, guys. Good morning, thank you. They don't open the gates until 7:30. Now, I would still though recommend, we did a pretty good job at getting here. We got here at 7:15, so we were at the front of the gates. One of the first guests to get through, which gets you a good chance at getting to the front of the rope drop. Because every minute that goes by, as we've said in previous rope drop experiences, this starts to fill up here behind us. And we'll be tracking that in the next 25 minutes to see how that goes. But you do want to get here at least by 7:15 if you want to be near the front of the rope. And that's for any land, by the way. 10 minutes to drop, and Fantasyland is slowly building a queue. That'll probably double in the next 10 minutes or so. But I'm certainly glad that I'm in the front of the line. Meanwhile, Tomorrowland, that's where we were last time. That queue is definitely, or that group has grown as it did last time. It's going to be a busy rope drop morning. 3 minutes to drop. They're pulling down the rope. It's growing quite a bit. It has nearly doubled since we were here last. And so it begins. Such a thrill out of this every single time, but I'm getting lapped already. Slow down. Where's the rest of the party? I think he's already gone. He's already gone. Yeah. We did too bad. It'll be just a few minutes for Peter Pan. This is as well as I've ever done, I think, for Peter Pan. It's 8:05 right now as I work my way through the queue, and I'm noticing this group out here, even 5 minutes after rope drop, those guys are looking at 30 minutes now. 8:12 and the queue is full. If you are rope dropping Peter Pan at this point and it's too late, everything it is at its normal capacity already at 8:12.
Here we go. There it is, Wendy. Second start on the right, straight on to point.
8:15, and that's the easy part. The hard part now is what do you do with the rest of your morning? It's easy to say, hi, good morning again. Thank you. It's easy to say Peter Pan first. Look at that. Yes, you're dead. There's no chance now. Your 30, 45 minutes there at least at Peter Pan. But I mean, I'm opting for Snow White myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out the nearby dark rides, and then probably Casey Jr., Storybook Land, that kind of thing. He's so happy to see everybody on the carousel. Well, now we have to go to ride Pinocchio's Daring Journey, don't we? It is, by the way, 8:25, and so it was 8:15 for Peter Pan, and then 8:25 for Snow White, which actually took a little longer than I thought it would. There was a few people in that queue. There were fewer now than there were when we got in. I'm concerned about how I'm going to handle Casey Jr. and perhaps more importantly Dumbo. I'm concerned. I don't know what I'm going to do about Dumbo. I feel like I should do it now. Because I mean, Toads is going to be a walk-on for the most part no matter what. Hey guys! Hey David! You know what? I think I am. I'm just going to do this now. It's 8:32. I've done 3 rides so far. I have to be honest. I'm not doing as well as I had hoped I would be doing at this point. I was hoping to be at least 4 rides in at this point. 2 hours now seems very aggressive and very optimistic. I feel like 3 hours is probably more likely. That may not even be possible. All right, we're in the air at 8:50. I do feel like I made a mistake hitting Dumbo so late. I feel like the slow loaders are something that you might want to get early. Carousel, I'm keeping my eye on Carousel. That's another slow loader. Right now it's a walk-on. Ideally I would like to try to walk in there as like the last person to get a horse. That would be ideal because it takes forever to cycle that attraction. You gotta walk around all the horses and check make sure everybody's, fastened in. Right now it looks like it's a walk-on. Toad still looks good. Wait, how's Casey Jr. from up here? Casey Jr. is still good. I'm wondering if maybe now, well, Tea Party's still a walk-on. We're in good shape. I'm glad we did this now because the Dumbo line, look at that. The Dumbo line is now getting quite a bit longer. I'm glad we did this when we did. I think we should have gone sooner though. Yeah, it looks like the carousel just launched. So now, actually, oh dear, I can't decide. Is it winding down? No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep moving. Well, 8:54, I decided to go for Casey Jr. next because this is another slow loader, especially when there's only one train. I remember regretting not doing Casey Jr. sooner when we did the opening day challenge. It's 9:09 and we've stopped. Oh dear. Ay, ay, ay. That's going to be trouble right there. I was concerned about that one as well. What are we going to do? Oh my god. Storybook Land is 9:09. 9:10. forever to cycle. I've seen one boat. There's one right down there. Oh boy, I think I may have made a mistake, a very bad mistake. Oh my gosh, the carousel. It was a walk-on when we got on to Dumbo, but now look at it. I mean, does it matter at this point? I'm gonna gamble on Storybook Land and hope that they add more boats. The queue might be longer in a few minutes, but hopefully they'll have more boats, which will speed things on a little bit. I'm also gonna skip Toads right now, because that's pretty much the same throughout the morning at this point. It doesn't get any different. Kind of like how the carousel is, so I think I'm gonna go teacups. Oh my God, I forgot about Alice. Look at that, okay. I mean, it doesn't matter now at this point. You know, you might be wondering, Matterhorn's right there. When are we gonna do Matterhorn? Well, because this is a challenge, I do feel like any and all strategies are available to your use, and that includes single rider and Genie Plus. So that's what I'm gonna be doing on this one. I'm not gonna use Genie Plus today, but I would say that that's legit. You could use it. Small World would be a good example, but I'll be going single rider on the Matterhorn. The only thing that I wouldn't say is allowed would be Magic Morning, although that's not, you can't do it right now, but when Magic Morning does come back, I wouldn't say that that's a legal strategy. 9:37 and everything is a disaster. I thought we'd have 2 hours at least of you know, the chance to ride rides easily, but this is the back of the oh my God, this is the back of the teacups queue. Ay, ay, ay. It's just there are no good choices now. Look at, and there's the back of Storybook Land. I am so screwed. I don't know what to do. Oh my God, we won't even make 3 hours. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more rides to go, and it's 9:37. So now it's just basically time to gamble like I was doing before. Just pick a ride and hope you get lucky. Hope that the Storybook Line comes down. Maybe they add some more boats. Hope that the Mad Tea Party, I don't know, people lose their vigor for that one and just try to find a bargain somewhere. I do think that the first failure of this day was hitting, besides Peter Pan, and even that is suspect. The first failure of this day was doing those dark rides early on, Snow White, Pinocchio, and no, that's it, yeah, Snow White and Pinocchio. Even though that was only 30 minutes, that's an opportunity that I could have used. Those attractions still, I mean, look at Pinocchio right now. I could still get in this right now for a 10-minute wait. Snow White is maybe 15 or 20. That's only a few minutes. That's only a few minutes more than what I spent before. But what it costs you, those few minutes, it costs you an opportunity to do things like the carousel and Storybook Land, and the Tea Party. Those are slow loaders. You got to do those up front. Just missed our chance to ride with the Pearly Band and Mary and Bert. We just missed it. They were on the last the carousel before us. And you know, it's funny seeing that, getting on this carousel right now. I have completely forgotten about our missteps, and right now I am fully conscious and aware of how much fun I'm having in Fantasyland. When you talk about challenges that are built for me, doing nothing but Fantasyland attractions, it's just about heaven. Oh, look, it's Aladdin. He's trying to figure out, he was trying to figure out if he could pull King Arthur's sword out. When's the last time you saw Aladdin loose in the park? Thank you. Now I'm gonna just lean into trying to enjoy Small World, Matterhorn, Storybook Land, and Mr. Toad's. There's never a bad time for Mr. Toad's, am I right? 10:20. Things have not gotten much better, or they've not any better at all at Storybook Land. This is new. They haven't built a. Normally they build a switchback out here, but they've got it running back here into the path. I mean, I guess now's as good a time as any, right? Or do I roll the dice and try to hold out again, and maybe go do Small World? You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like it can't get worse than that, right? It can't get worse than that. 10:25. I got 3 attractions to go: Storybook Land, Small World, and the Matterhorn. If I can get that done in less than an hour, I would be shocked. We're looking at 11:30 monorail. We're looking at 11:30 probably. I mean, could be, actually no, I take that back. We're looking at 30 minutes each probably for let's see, 30 minutes probably for Small World, 30 minutes for for Storybook Land, and then maybe 15. No, actually 40 minutes for Storybook Land and 40 minutes for Small World. The math that I forgot to do is that these rides are incredibly long. It's 10 minutes each. So we're gonna wait 30 plus 10. Yeah, so you're looking at 40 each. Oh my God, this could be 2 more hours still. Oh, look at that, 10:40. Not bad. That was just a 20-minute standby wait. We saved 10 minutes on my estimate. That's a win. I never said how much I love the energy around Small World. All the folks standing on the bridges and waiting to get into their boats. Can I tell you how much I love that?
Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezcan. Bienvenue. Pour votre sécurité, veuillez rester assis, sentado y mantenga las manos y brazos extendidos y el Bleiben Sie im Boot sitzen, bis es zu einem vollständigen Halt kommt und Sie gebeten werden, aufzustehen. Danke.
Well, this does look to have been a good decision, I think. We saved a few minutes at least by hitting Small World before going into Storybook Land, because I'm in about where the queue was, and they've only just barely extended this queue out here. So I would say we saved 3 minutes. Look at the monorail again. Looking like about a 35-minute wait. We got about 5 minutes to go. We've been in the queue for 30. It felt like an eternity, like the longest 30 minutes ever, because the queue here is just so close. But I mean, 35 minutes, that's not the worst thing. That was better than I was expecting as a result while I was in the queue. I thought it was going to be worse than that. Oh, look! Disney ducks. They're the best ducks ever. Things have not improved. Meanwhile, at Tea Party, it's still sticking out over here along the rail. I was really hoping that things would improve there, but nope. But don't think about that. Think about Disney ducks. That little baby duck is growing fast. Ooh, look, there's another one over there.
Now, most people travel to enchant and roam through the pages of a book. But for those that go in person, whether it be through a rabbit hole or the help desk pixie dust, often find their way quite magical or even menacing. We are City of Enchantment and Mystery, the city of Agrabah, where she ran in Aladdin, bumped into Princess Jasmine in the marketplace, and stole her heart. We are riding to Arendelle, where Sisters Anna and Elsa discovered something more powerful than Elsa's own magic.
11:43, and I've got just one arrow left in my quiver, and that is I mean, in terms of trying to save time on Mad Tea Party. And it does look like I've caught it at a decent time. There's just a few people ahead of us, so we should be able to knock out Matterhorn here in about 15 or 20 minutes, and then take our chances, I guess, with the teacups. Oh God,
ser sentados, por favor.
That was refreshing. Well, we did well with single rider on Matterhorn. Now the line is all the way back here. That's got to be a solid 30 more people. And it does take a while sometimes to get through single rider, depending on how lucky you are with the math. One problem is now, our situation has in fact gotten worse at the teacups. This is cute that I'm looking at right here. This is our last attraction, last ride of the day to finish our Fantasyland challenge, and it's going to be a doozy. Oh my God, what time is it? It is 12:09 that we're getting in this queue right now. My goodness. Wow, I absolutely love that they've got Alice out here and guiding people into their teacups. That is so great. Oh my gosh, she's gonna ride with them! How lucky! Alice had to switch teacups because a third came and joined them at their cup, so they couldn't. I guess you couldn't fit all four of them in there. So now this lucky group here has got out. That's so wonderful! Oh my God, there they go. It's 12:35-ish. 4 hours and 35 minutes later. I said, hey, you remember that time when I said I'm gonna give it 2 hours? That's a hearty laugh. There's some fans right there, guys. Not even close. 3 hours didn't even do it. 4 hours didn't do it. 4.5 hours. I had a great time though, and I'm sure there's time to be safe. Stay tuned because we're gonna wrap up. I got lunch waiting for me at the Red Rose Tavern. Gotta sell. It's really hot out here. I need to cool down and have something healthy and fresh. So stay tuned for that. I've been looking forward to eating for so long, but I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to stop. You gotta power through, right? I just got the basic chef salad here with chicken. Sorry. So let's get into our thoughts, our recap. As I mentioned when we were on the teacups, I was not expecting 4.5 hours. Certainly there were mistakes were made, but I was not expecting 4.5 hours. I thought 3 would be like the slow end. I think if I were to do this again, or I'll let some of you guys out there test it as well, I think you still have to go Peter Pan first. Maybe not, I don't know. I mean, but if you can catch Peter Pan lightning in a bottle and get there super early, I mean, I got there, I did well, and I was still 15 minutes to get off the ride. It still took me 15 minutes to get all the way through. But my first mistake was going straight to Snow White from there. Because even though it'll be slower now, it's 20-30 minutes now at least. But if I could have used that time to knock out the teacups and Casey Jr. maybe, and the carousel. Slow loaders, but also slow loaders that don't have a long ride time. The carousel was a good one. Casey Jr., pretty good. I mean, it's like a 3 or 4 minute ride. You certainly don't want to waste, you don't want to do something like Storybook Land. Avoid Storybook Land at first because that's precious time. That's even if you get on there quick, even if you're one of the first, it's still a 15-minute ride. You don't want to waste those 15 minutes on a boat. Same thing for Small World Dumbo. Peter Pan, Dumbo, the carousel. Then maybe you hit your dark rides. Then you do Snow White, Pinocchio, Toads, Alice, the teacups. Should have done that one earlier too. I mean, don't put off the dark rides for too long, because those will accumulate time-wise. You could spend an hour and a half trying to do 3 dark rides. Maybe make those, maybe do those after the teacups, carousel, Casey. And I would say one absolute would be to do Small World to Save, Small World Storybook, and the Matterhorn for last.
or if you do, for less, especially if you're going to use Genie Plus. My number one takeaway though from all of this, it's just, that was a lot of fun. This is a challenge built for me. The mountain challenge was great. The opening day challenge was great also. But man, I really love focusing on nothing but Fantasyland attractions. It's been great being in here all morning, watching everything blossom sort of. Riding all my favorite, I love dark rides. I love Fantasyland dark rides. We'll come back again, do another challenge soon. As for now, I'm going to finish my salad. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys had fun. Follow us on Instagram @FreshBake, on Twitter @FreshBakeDisney, that's Fresh with no E, and on TikTok @FreshBakeDisney. If you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbake. And if you think you can do better than 4.5 hours, the Fantasyland challenge, be my guest. Have fun, because the last 2 challenges I've done, people have annihilated, so easy peasy. Have fun out there, guys. I love you. Be safe, be kind. Fresh Baked.